First and foremost, we give all praise to Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shabbat. Give a sincere greeting to all the brothers and sisters scattered across the four corners, teaching this word with sincerity and charity. What we're going to go over today is not looking back. Not looking back. When we start getting in this walk, when we start heading in a certain direction, when we start heading towards righteousness, why do we look back? We're going to examine some of the reasons that we look back and why you looking back is pretty much an ailment to you, you know what I'm saying, growing in this walk. You can't grow if you constantly looking back. And then a lot of times we get stuck. We get stuck, or we'll sit and we'll continue in that wilderness. That's why Israel was in that wilderness for so long, because we kept looking back. And we were trying to purge that out of us.
Right.
Alright, so we have to stop looking back. That's today's class. We have to stop looking back. No U-turns. We'll look at this clip from the Matrix. I got like 2 clips from the Matrix where we look at a dude named Cypher. I'm pretty sure all of us know about the Matrix. This dude named Cypher, he looked back when he got unplugged.
Do we have a deal, Mr. Reagan?
You know, I know this steak doesn't exist. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling my brain that it is juicy and delicious. After 9 years, you know what I realize? Ignorance is bliss.
Then we have a deal.
I don't want to remember nothing. Nothing. You understand? And I want to be rich. You know, someone important. Like an actor.
Whatever you want, Mr. Reagan.
Okay. You get my body back in a power plant. Reinsert me into the Matrix. I'll get you what you want.
Access codes to the Zion mainframe.
No, I told you I don't know them. I can get you the man who does.
Morpheus.
Alright, so you seen old Cypher pretty much went back. He wanted to go back into the Matrix. He wanted to go back and remember, you know what I'm saying, what steak tastes like. He wanted to have the fortune and the fame of the world, right?
Right.
And so we also do that. Alright, us in time past. Alright, 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 3. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 3. So you seen that old Cypher, he wanted to go back for the steak. You seen him eating the steak, the juicy steak for the food. A lot of time we'll go back dealing with them certain family events. Start smelling the pork chops. Start smelling the ribs. A lot of us go back at the family events and dealing with the, because we'll still be dealing with our family. And we'll see. We're going to go through a whole list. Matter of fact, I'm just going to say that for the slide. I got a whole slide about, you know what I'm saying, certain reasons that we actually do go back from this walk and go back into the world.
Brother 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 3. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles.
For the time past of our life would suffice us to work the will of the Gentiles. Come on.
When we walk in lasciviousness.
When we walked in lasciviousness, come on.
Lust.
Excess of wines. Revilings, come on.
Banquetings. And abominable idolatries.
And the violence and the banquetings, that's the turn up. Those are clubs, those them social gatherings where we just chilling, we smoking, we drinking, we eating,
right.
And we don't think there's no harm in those things, but those things are some of the works of the wills of the Gentiles. And those are some of the things that we'll lust for and want to go back into the world for. We'll see our folks kicking the bobo. We'll see them chopping it up. You'll see them, you know what I'm saying, in these little social events, and we'll be like, wow, I wish I were there, man. I wish I had that. You know what I'm saying? We just had we're getting close to reunion, my high school reunion. So I seen a lot of 20 years of reunion. Seen a lot of people turning up and, you know what I'm saying, drinking and da 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 da. But I just had for me, I just had like, oh man, I would never go there. You know what I'm saying? I can't see myself going there. Like it'll be nice to just, you know what I'm saying, get to do a little hello, da 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 da. But what they were doing, I ain't had no interest. I had no interest in what they were doing. But they were turning up. Everybody loved to turn up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loved to turn up. They went to the high school football game. They were still living in that little realm of the accolades that they had through high school. You see a lot of people get stuck in that certain realm, you know what I'm saying, for as far as the social accolades, the social achievements that they acquired in a certain period of their life. They like to stay there, and then sometimes won't move on. When it's time to move on, they always look back to, man, I remember, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, well, I was number one, but I was, you know what I'm saying. I was getting married, boy. Right. We should have seen me out there, boy. You know what I'm saying. And so that keeps us from being able to move forward. You know what I'm saying, because we don't really see, you know, greater achievements in the future. In the actuality, you know what I'm saying, us heading in this walk, you heading towards the greatest achievement possible. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the kingdom come. Titus chapter 3, verse 3. Just say come when you're there. Hold on.
Book of Titus chapter 3, verse 3.
Come on.
For we ourselves also were sometimes foolish.
We ourselves were also sometimes foolish. Come on.
Disobedient.
Foolish. Come on.
Deceived. Serving diverse lusts.
Come on.
And pleasures. Living in malice and envy, hateful, and hating one another.
So we was all in a place that, you know, and some of us may be still dealing with a little, you know what I'm saying, some of these attributes. But we was all in a place, you know what I'm saying, in our past when we was foolish, disobedient, deceived, and we thought the foolishness was where it was at. We thought the more foolish we can be, the more disobedient we can be. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much the more the world received you. You know what I'm saying? And it's a joker on the block. Nobody better not say nothing to me. Nobody better not leave a girl around me. Look. But and we can't get stuck on those things.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 2, verse 1. And you have he quickeneth who were dead in trespasses and sins.
You who he have brought to life, come on, who were dead.
Wherein in time past he walked according to the course of this world.
And see, we have to understand that when you was walking the course of the world, you were dead. You were dead. You wasn't living. You were dead. So if you understand that, you wouldn't go back to death. You know what I'm saying? But our flesh is so, you know what I'm saying, that flesh will have you, you know, like Cypher, sitting at the table with the enemy, saying, sign me up. I want no more parts. I know it's death. Just like the Jeremiah 8:3. I think it's Jeremiah 8:3. Death shall be chosen rather than life. A lot of us gonna choose death. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you do when you look back. When you looking back in this walk, you choosing death. You choosing death. You looking back into the world like, you know what, man? I miss my family. I miss the ribs. I miss the banquetings. You know what I'm saying? I miss my exes. I miss the thoughts. The thoughts getting easier out here in the world. You going back to death. Keep going on.
According to the prince of power of the air, the spirit that worketh in the children of disobedience, among whom also we have our conversation in time past in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh.
And see, that's what you'll have that the conversation, those behaviors in time past, It was a spirit that was on you, and that spirit is the spirit of goes within the children of disobedience. That spirit is leading you to turn around and be like, nah, this ain't working. We gonna see the reason that we turn around, because a lot of times we grow weary, that flesh get to burning, and then we have certain expectations when we wake up. We think, you know what I'm saying, when he took that I forget what pill it was, but when he took the pill and woke up, he didn't expect to wake up in no darn spaceship and robots chasing them and they eating porridge. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us didn't expect when we came into this world, didn't expect. We just expected everything to be hunky-dory. I'm finna wake up, finna find this obedient wife, finna get my kids in order, and everything gonna be good. And that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times that ain't how this thing goes. You gotta be patient in it. You'll eventually get there, but you gotta be patient. It takes patience. It's a working process. It ain't just no flip on, you hit that switch. And a lot of us do that and get weary and get tired of waiting. Keep going though. Out.
And of the mind, and we're by nature the children of wrath, even as others.
And we're by nature the children of wrath, man. That's why you can't go with that. A lot of these philosophies dealing with nature and dealing with the, you know what I'm saying, looking at nature to examine things, man. Naturally, we are wicked. Naturally, we are children of disobedience. That's why we have to have these laws, statutes, and commandments. Keep going on.
But God, who is rich in mercy, for his great love wherewith he loved us, and even when we were dead in sins, have quickened us together with Christ. But by grace ye are saved.
So even when we were dead in sins, we were brought to life through the Hamashiach. And by grace we were saved. Keep going.
And are raised up together and made us sit together in heavenly places in Jesus Christ, that in the ages to come he might show the exceeding riches of his grace and his kindness towards us through Jesus Christ.
So
Jesus.
we gotta look forward to the ages to come, instead of focusing on the past, instead of turning around and looking towards the past. We gotta be looking towards the ages to come. Those things that have been promised to us, those things that no eye have seen, what's that? 1 Corinthians 1:2. Let me pull that real quick.
I have seen, ear have heard.
Yeah, kind. 1 Corinthians. That's 2:9. But as it is written, I have not seen nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God have prepared for them that love him. So you have to have faith in that and understand that you're headed towards those things that have been prepared for you. Right? Those things that no mind can fathom up, no eye have seen, no ear have heard. All right, what lures us back? What certain things take us back into the world where we'll look back at that world? I'm just asking the class.
You probably can't. You probably not strong enough.
What we look back on and be like, man,
Oh, things that we kind of lust after. You know what I'm saying?
Money, women, drugs. Yeah. Huh?
Having a good time, club.
Having a good time. The banquets.
Those comfort foods that you was talking about earlier.
The comfort foods, Family. I had some of the same things. Past relationships, finances, family, friends, fantasies, worldly lust, fleshly desires. Feel we missing out on the fun, and then sometimes just tired and weary, just tired, and that's a main one.
Right.
That's a heavy one. It's just getting tired. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of time when we going through certain trials and tribulations, we going through certain tests, we getting reproved, we getting refined. Sometimes we'll grow tired and then try to make that U-turn.